from talking to them. For the last month on and off, they come in, they share with us what they do, how they do it, and I tell you, they're really just, they've got a lot of great information, and didn't know this, but they've worked with some of you guys in the office already. So you've got with Linda, so we've got some experience with them, but we're just going to let them get up here, tell us about it, and for those of you watching online, they've got some information packets here. We're going to have those in the lunch area at the office, in the copy room area, so you can come by. If you have any questions, pick up that information. So we'll let you guys start, whoever wants to go first.
Well, good morning. This is a great way to do this. I mean, instead of sitting in an office with chairs lined up, I mean, I love this atmosphere to be able to come out like this. This is really great. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dan Sloan. I am the franchise owner of Pillar to Post in this area. We cover about 5 counties. We do not, at the present, go into Florida. We are working on to get our license into Florida, but our primary is Baldwin County, and definitely Mobile is our primary. So I don't know how much people know about Pillar to Post. I know there's some new people who just moved from St. Louis. They use Pillar to Post in St. Louis. We are the largest home inspection company in the nation. We've been in business since 1993. Myself, I actually originally started in home inspections in 1993. I actually opened a company called Architectural Inspectors and was an inspector in Atlanta, Georgia for quite some time. Then I left the business due to the fact that I couldn't make a lot of money in the 90s in home inspection. Some people just didn't want it or didn't have to have it, so they didn't use it. So then I went into the remodel business, and I was in the remodel building business for almost 30 years. So then, ready to go forward, I had a house that I was buying in Fairhope, and I called Pillar to Post, and they came out and inspected my home. And the gentleman, I don't know if y'all ever remember him, Chris Hebert was the old owner, and Chris had some family issues, and he had to move to Connecticut. And him and I started talking, and made a long story short, I bought him out at that point. And it's been the best thing I've ever done, I'll be honest with you. I've owned it now for going on 5 years. We've really grown. Last year we grew over, year before last we grew 71%. This past year, even though the economy's coming down, we still grew almost 16%. And we're still busy. I mean, even though a lot of people are getting slow, we still got inspections going on, a good many of them. So I want to tell you a little bit about what we do different than other home inspectors. I'm sure you've had a lot of home inspectors come in and tell you what they do and everything, but we're going to tell you a little bit of what we do different. So to begin with, and I think Linda will tell you, and then a few people will tell you who use Pillar to Post, is once we finish the inspection, we print the inspection out on site. So we are 100% done with the inspection when we walk out that door. We don't take anything home. We don't email photos later. It's done. It is 100% done. If your customer is there, we print it out and put it in an inspection binder. And then to go through this binder, just briefly, it'll definitely go into the inspection report. And then the second page, after the picture of the home, will be your inspection summary. That'll be the items that we found that need to be addressed by the seller or the buyer. And then you go into the full inspection report, in which I always like to go with my buyers. I like to go through the whole inspection report with them, not the summary, but the inspection report. Because everything in the summary will have a photo with it if there's a problem in the inspection report. So we go through that with them in detail, read that, and explain to them, why the problem is. The beauty about this binder too is after you finish all of that, in the back, there's a place that they have a seasonal checklist. They can go through their home in the fall and spring, and then they can check off different things that they need to make sure of, like changing your filter and your batteries and so forth, and your smoke detector. And then you get to the back of it. It's one thing I really like, especially for new buyers that never buy a home, hadn't bought a home. You can put your home purchase price down. Then you can put any home construction improvement prices that you have. And it has envelopes to keep your receipts. And then you can put your property taxes down. And then you can put your electric, gas, and water costs down. The beauty about doing this, now think about it. My business card is in the very front of this. We want your business card to go right beside of ours. So now you put any literature that you want from your company in the very back, in the back pocket. So this customer has this for the life of their home. They can have it up on the shelf, whatever else. When they get ready to sell that home, what the perfect item to lay out on the counter and say, hey, we had this professionally inspected by pillar to post. Here's the things that were wrong with this is what we fixed. And it's just really a nice presentation. Now, some people say, we don't want a binder, we don't want the paperwork. Well, definitely we email it immediately, right when we leave. So we go into a little bit about our different plans. So we have in Pillar to Post 3 different plans that we go to, which is called the Plus plan, the Premium plan, and the Prestige. So the Plus plan is going to be very close to what a different inspector would give you. The beauty about the Plus plan that they do not do, that we do, is we take 360-degree photos inside and outside that house. So I had a realtor not too long ago, actually she was a broker, one of the large in Gulf Shores. She said, Dan, you saved my butt. And I said, what are you talking about? She said, I sold the house, you did the inspection, the people started to move in the house, and they told me that some of the light fixtures had been changed. And we asked the seller, and she said, oh, we didn't change nothing. Well, guess what? My photos showed different light fixtures in that house when they sent it. And so they made them come back either money or wise or put the light fixtures back. So it definitely can save your butt. It also saves us a lot. So we have, we did one house, this was about a year or 2 ago, where it was a big dresser in front of the wall, and they had a water leak back through the dresser on the back side where the plumbing is, and we couldn't see it, we couldn't move the dresser, and they say we missed it. Well, we come up with a picture showing there's no way to see it because it was all blocked. And it was blocked on purpose, what we found out. So those are the things that definitely the photos can help you out. One thing too that we do, and there's a little brochure in this also, is on our Plus program, on all of our programs, is we price out all of the summary items. So let's just say you have an expansion tank that wasn't put on, if you got GFCIs that have popped and they're bad. What we do is the next day, everything on the summary will come in priced. And so like on this particular one on the summary, it was like $700 something of items that needed to be fixed. So now you have a negotiating point of knowing how and what to negotiate off of that contract or for them to fix or whatever. It's right there. That's free. We don't charge for this whatsoever. It's automatic. The 360-degree photos are automatic in our Plus program, free. So then we go into our Premium program. And our Premium program is by far the most popular program. And so one thing you get extra in the Premium program is a floor plan. So when we take those 360-degree photos, it also measured, and we have one in the car, but it's very much like the camera there. We put a camera in the middle of the room. It takes a laser dimensional diagram of that particular room, and then we go into every room and it does the same thing. It'll give a layout of exactly the square footage in that entire house. Unbelievable thing. I mean, it really is really, really nice. The beauty about it with the 360-degree photos, which are walk-through photos, you can come through the front door on those photos, you can walk to the next room, you can go anywhere in the house. They can be sitting in their house 15 days after they bought it and have it closed yet and can't remember, oh, well, our couch fit there, or what's going to happen. Well, they can easily go in and see the measurement on that wall. They can measure their couch, will their couch fit there? A lot of people will take this floor plan and say, I need to put new flooring in. They'll send it to their floor guy and say, here's some of the dimensions of this. Will you give me a price quote based on the dimensions? Really, really great thing. One other thing we do on the Premium program is we do an IR scan. Are y'all familiar with an IR scan? You know what an IR scan is? An IR scan is an infrared camera scan. We take the camera and we scan the walls for any moisture leaks or any hot spots in the home. We definitely do it all around the windows. So if you got a leaky window on the back side that you can't see with the naked eye, it'll pull that moisture out and show us the moisture on that wall. Phenomenal piece of equipment. Let's just say you've got a 2-story house and you've got a commode upstairs and you can't see the leak. We always go in and scan underneath those toilets, under where we know where it is, and to see if there's a leak that you can't see that hasn't come through the sheetrock. It's amazing how many we do find. One thing we find too, we found a honeybee's nest inside of a wall. I mean, there's different things that you can find definitely with it. I did one in Mobile. It was an old home. I had a 150-degree outlet one time to come up 150 degrees on an old home that needed to be changed out immediately. So it just is a great product. And then the last program we have is what we call our Prestige program. And Prestige does everything the first 2 programs do, except the last one is we add an air quality test and a mold test. So an air quality test is a machine we set up in the home. It actually sucks air out of the home into a pod. We seal the pod, we FedEx it overnight to our lab, and we get the results in 2 days. And we can tell if there's mold or dog dander or whatever's in the house. It'll tell us exactly what was in the house. We're doing one tomorrow. I know Matt's doing one tomorrow where the lady says, goodness gracious, I've been in an allergy doctor for years and I had 40-something shots in my back to see what I'm allergic to, and I can't have mold, I can't get. So we do an air quality test. We're going to tell exactly if there's mold in that house with the air quality test. It's just a phenomenal test to do. That you can add on to your Plus package or your Premium, or you can buy the Prestige package, which does everything. So most people this time say, goodness gracious, Dan, y'all do so much, and we do so much more that other people don't do. I mean, what kind of price are you? So Matt's going to pass out this brochure, and it's basically going to give you a basic home comparison pricing. I'll wait till he gets them all passed out. So basically what we've done is we've actually taken 3 of our competitors and compared them to us. Unfortunately, I can't tell you who those competitors are, but you can go online on their websites and see all these figures exactly what they are. So if it breaks down, one thing that we do they don't do is we do the 360-degree walk-through photos. Then we also give you an itemized pricing of all your repairs. We also do, as you may see some of these, we do every inspection within 24 hours, guaranteed, or it's free. 24 hours. So if you sell a house today and you want it inspected tomorrow, I guarantee we'll be there. One way or the other, there will be there. We are open also 7 days a week. We do inspections on Sundays. We do inspections on Saturdays all the time. It's just something we do. We feel, I mean, goodness, you're a realtor. Don't you work 7 days a week? Don't you always answer your phone? That's the same as we do. We're right there with you. We answer our phones from 8 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. We never miss a call, and the reason we never miss a call is the main phone line comes in to my wife, Stacy. If she is busy or on the phone call, it will immediately rotate to Matt. If Matt's busy, it'll immediately rotate to me, and it just kind of goes down the line. Then it'll go to Alan, and so forth. So we don't want somebody to call in and, oh, you're going to go to a voicemail. No, we don't want a voicemail. Who likes to talk to voicemail? Do you really talk to voicemail? Not really. So we want you to talk to you directly. So we'll answer that phone. I mean, we've had people, I mean, seriously, we've been on the beach and sitting there with our cooler with our feet up and the phone rings. We answer. There's no answer about it. We answer it right then. And if we're not able to give them a price or get their situation all sitting on the beach, we'll call Matt and say, hey, Matt, where are you? Can you book this, whatever, and it never fails. In 2 days, knock on wood, and thank goodness for me, I'm leaving for Puerto Rico. But we're going on a Pillar to Post brand conference in Puerto Rico. I'll be gone for 7 days. I'm not worried about being gone. My wife and I are going, but I'm not worried about it because we have people like Matt and Alan and Bobby and people that will continue it just like I'm not here. And that's the beauty about our setup the way we have it. Going back to this, again, what we do is a make or floor plan. the lifetime recall check on appliances. So in our premium and prestige, we go in and take a photo of all the serial numbers of all of your appliances. So that actually goes to a company called Centric, and Centric will send us back a report saying if any of your appliances have been recalled. Not only will it tell us if it's been recalled now, but they'll keep the information forever with the customer's email address, and if anything ever is recalled, they'll send them an email and say, hey, your appliance has been recalled for such and such of a reason. You'd be surprised on how many appliances are recalled. It's pretty amazing. And then we report it on 10. So I took a house, 1954, 1,500 square foot with a crawl space and a pool, and I just priced out against our competitors. Our price on that was $580. Our next competitor was $675, $649, and then one that was a little cheaper than us was $550. But no one out of that did what we did. So that's something just I want you to make sure that you notice.
Dan, is that the plus package?
So everything's a plus package except you'll see where you got a couple of asterisks beside the lifetime recall check and the measured floor plan. Those are in the premium package. Okay. But the pricing is that's a plus package pricing.
Okay.
So normally like on a 1,500 square foot price on a house, you're gonna be, now all of our pricing, and not only ours, but every home inspection company is pretty much alike. We price based on square footage, on age of house, on crawl space. It costs a little more money to go under a home, costs a little bit more money to the liability insurance to cover a home that's 1980 or below. So we have to we tack some of that on. But and it's a little bit more money to do a pool inspection. We do a lot of added on inspections. We do pool inspections, we do sewer scopes, we do, matter of fact, we're doing a sewer scope, we do an asbestos testing. It's something Alan didn't realize yesterday, we were talking about, we do meth testing. And you say, oh my God, meth testing? Well, yes, we do meth testing. And the reason we do meth testing is we do a lot of mobile homes, I'm just gonna tell you. And we had one of my buyers had told me that she had bought a house, she was a investor, and she bought a house somewhere up in Arkansas, and it had meth, and it ended up costing her $30,000 or $40,000 to get it cleaned and get it out of there or whatever, and I don't know much about meth. So we started, and the company that we use to do all of our lab testing is a company called EMSL. They're out of New Jersey. And so we started doing meth testing because of that particular lady, but we do it now on a regular basis. Yes, ma'am?
What about well? Do you look at the well motors? Or
Yeah, we definitely will. We look at the motor, make sure that the pressure gauge is everything, but we definitely don't pull anything up or anything. We also do grinder pumps. I mean, how many houses have grinder pumps? We do grinder pump tests. We know how to take all the water down out of that grinder pump and put it back up and make sure the alarms are working. We do grinder pumps too. So
Dan, this is kind of a leading question, and speaking of grinder pumps, do you guys do a lot of new home construction inspections?
Yes.
Because Linda had an investor buy a home, and I'm managing it for some long-term rentals. People moved in 2-3 months after the closing, and I get a phone call, hey, the spare bathroom's backing up. That's weird. I said, well, no big deal. I said, I'll get the yard report now. It'll take a little while. So we'll use the master bath, whatever. Next day, master bath's backing up. So I call a plumber out to figure out what's going on. Well, actually, I go out there to check, and there's no wires coming out of the conduit. No grinder pump installed whatsoever.
Huh.
So that would be something you guys would
Oh, absolutely.
It got through the city inspector, D.R. Horton, everybody.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. Clarissa's had where the island in the middle, the plug didn't work.
Oh, really?
Because they didn't run the power. They had to chisel up the concrete and run little things like that. So when you guys are selling these brand new D.R. Horton DSLDs, sometimes it's worth the $500 or $600 to have these guys come in and make sure that plug on the island works. Make sure there's an actual grinder pump in there. So that's just something to think about.
Absolutely. I tell you, it's and man, one of the D.R. Horton guys I didn't even get into it. I was just really upsetting with some of the stuff they do. They used to, and now I think they've changed it because so many complaints, is they would put a GFCI plug behind the refrigerator. Well, if y'all know what a GFCI is, it's a ground fault circuit error. The first little thing pops that circuit. Well, now you're off at work all day or whatever else. You come home and now everything in your refrigerator is full because the GFCI popped. Why would you put a GFCI behind the refrigerator? Makes no sense whatsoever. I always tell people, because now you have to have a GFCI in the garage. Well, if you want a freezer in your garage, have an electrician come in and run you a separate circuit to an outlet there, so it does not cut off your freezer when you're gone. I mean, who looks in their freezer in the garage? You could be gone for 2 or 3 days, and now all of your meat and everything is totally gone. So now they're still putting GFCIs in the laundry room. Now I agree that it should be in the laundry room near a laundry sink, but where they're putting them is behind the washing machine. So your washing machine is plugged into a GFCI. And I asked the guy there, I said, I need you to change this to a regular plug. This is an older lady that's buying this home. That GFCI is gonna pop when you put the load of a dryer, not a dryer, but a laundry, a washing machine on it. And now how is she gonna reset it? Because the plug's down on the ground. And you've got a 150-pound, thing sitting in front. So there's a lot of things that we look at that sometimes it's common sense to say, hey, you gotta do this. We've had some really experiences with D.O. Horton. Matter of fact, we did one where we turned on an exhaust fan in the bathroom, and the switch turned on the exhaust fan in the bathroom next door. I mean, it is amazing, some of the stuff we
Well,
found.
let me tell you, Adams Homes now, if you're gonna do an inspection on a new construction, you have to do it before you go under contract. Who's gonna spend $600 to do a contract, to do an inspection before you're under contract?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is their new rule, and if you don't do it then, they don't care what you can do it, but they're not gonna do anything about it.
That's crazy. So one thing you talk about, and I thought where you were going with the grinder pump was, so many times on a brand new home and you got a grinder pump out, they're cleaning that home up. Y'all seen, you've been in especially the old Horton homes, how much junk's in it and stuff's all in the tub and everything else, and they try to let the water out and get everything out of the tub, and they've got these cleaners cleaning. Well, all that stuff in that tub just went down into that drain, and then when it goes down into that drain, it clogs up that grinder pump on the outside. They don't ever think about that. They won't do anything about it. But the way we check the grinder pump, we'll 100% know if that grinder pump's working or not, and how it's working.
Yeah. So you should keep that in mind if you get a new closing on a new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We do a lot of brand new home inspections, a whole lot. So then the only last thing, and I know y'all got a lot to do, and you got homes to see. One thing, the last I wanted to talk to you about was our VOH. So our VOH is what we call a visual open house. So just like, Linda, you got this listing, you got the listing next door, maybe the one at the beach or whatever else, this may be perfect for you. So what we do on a VOH stands virtual open house. We go in and take our camera, we do the 360-degree photos, we give you the floor plan of the entire house. You can put all of that on the internet, you can put it on MLS, you can put it in Facebook or whatever. It's a total walkthrough of that entire thing. Very, very inexpensive to do it. If you want to do it without the floor plan, I think it's $179. If you want to do it with the floor plan, it's $249. A lot of times that's much cheaper than what a photographer will come in and do. Even if you want us to put in your listing, we'll fly the drone over the house and give you some drone pictures, and we'll do that for free on top of the VOH. So the one thing I wish we had the ability to show you some of the videos and some of the stuff that we've done on VOHs is pretty remarkable. I've got one lady up in Spanish Fort, matter of fact, one of the realtors. She's done about 5 or 6 VOHs with me, and she just totally loves them. I mean, every house I ever list in, we're doing VOH. I mean, it just helps. So when I do a pre-listing on one of your listings, I'll leave the binder inside the home, opened up, the business cards, and the VOH ability. And now they can see what's going on in the home. They can tell if there's problems on the home. They can see everything about the home, which is really, really nice. So the last thing we want to do is I hope everybody's got a business card. If you don't have a business card, we want to.
On the VOH, we have some videos on our social media, so you can check that out and see how it works. And we would also include them in a pre-listing inspection. So if you did that, you would have that included.
That's right. Yeah, on pre-listing. So what we're going to do is we usually have a box, and unfortunately I forgot it. So we're going to use this little lid right here. If anybody's got a business card to throw in, and what we want to do is draw 2 free VOHs. So if you got a listing and you want a VOH and want to know what it's like, you'll get a free one.
We're writing my name on the back of your card.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
That's my name.
I'll take it back.
Do we have any questions at all on anything that I mentioned or
Anybody
talked
have any
about?
questions?
I forgot to tell
online?
you, one of the few companies that offer, and I ask my clients if they are veterans.
Oh, yes,
You're one
we
of
do.
the few companies that offer a veteran discount, and that seems to tip the balance in your way when I get on their options.
Well, thank you. I really, and matter of fact, one of these cards actually say that. We do give discounts to not only veterans, but first-time response people, medical personnel, and first-time home buyers. So if you got a first-time home buyer, we definitely give a discount also. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate your remembering. I can't remember.
I didn't walk into one.
So this is everybody?
Yes, sir.
Did you pull it in? Okay, well, Linda, unbelievable.
It's rigged, it's rigged.
Linda's back. Thank you.
I don't know whose this is in the paper, but this looks like the right one.
It's not rigged.
Not really? American. So, either one of you, what we'll do is we'll send an email, Alan, it'll come from Alan, just saying you've won the VOH and that you let us know where your property is listed and we'll come out and do it for free. You get your own information.
And everybody, Alan is Rex's stepson, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so y'all know, everybody knows Rex, who works with us. So another little connection there as well.
Yeah.
He's
So,
skinned, right? Step one.
I'm not sure if that's the good blush or the bad blush.
Just gotta bless your heart.
We'll take it whichever way it comes.
So Alan is our marketing director at the company. Does an unbelievable job. Everybody just loves Alan, and he really does a great job and gets us inside of these people and allows me to have a minute to talk to y'all. And I want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
allowing me.
Jennifer, any questions from people online?
I don't think so. Not any good questions he didn't answer.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you
Good
so
luck
much
to
for
y'all.
coming.
Yes, thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Awesome.